Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Janice, I'm a Thermomix consultant. For those of you that have watched my videos, I recently uploaded one where we made Greek yogurt. Now, I thought I would show you a couple of ways that I serve Greek yogurt. So this is it here. I just want to show you how thick and delicious that is. Now I'm going to do a couple. So I'm not going to do big serves because I'm actually going to eat both of these. So one of the ways I do is I've got a video up where I made the one punnet strawberry jam. So this is strawberries and apples, and this is a plain Greek yogurt with no sugar or anything in it. And I get like half a teaspoon of that and plop it in and give it a stir, and that is really yummy. That is just gives it a little bit of sweetness, and the fruit in it is delicious. So that is a really great alternative to store-bought flavoured yogurt. And I do this with, I make a blueberry and apple jam as well. And that is really nice in there too. So, and this one here, we just made a batch of granola. This is only half it. But I get a little bit of yogurt, and we made made the granola clusters, so they're chunky bits. And I just, on a bowl of yogurt, this one's going to be generous, I would put about that much. And that is, hang on, let's do this. A really quick breakfast. I love this yogurt. And it's really crunchy and they're two quick snacks or breakfasts you can make with the Greek yogurt. So I made this granola this morning, and so if you want to continue watching, I've also videotaped making the granola. It's not a Thermomix recipe, it's just, I just mix it up in a bowl. But I do use Thermomix for some aspects of it, which if you keep watching you'll see. So anyway, I'll leave this there, and if you want to keep watching you'll see me make my granola. Recently I made a video showing you how I make yogurt using the Thermomix, and what I do like to eat with the yogurt is granola. Now I like to, if I can make it myself, I would rather make it myself than buy it from the supermarket. And I like the granola clusters, the ones that are big and crunchy, you know, clusters. And I just have a bowl of yogurt with a couple of tablespoons of granola on top. Now this is a big recipe, and it makes quite a lot, but I thought I would show you how I make it. I've already started, and in this bowl I have got 6 cups of rolled oats, a cup of flour, 1 1/4 cups of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. And I was at the stage where I'm mixing up the wet ingredients, which is, there's water, I can't remember how much. There's water, there's 2 egg whites, there's 3/4 of a cup of neutral flavoured oil, and I'm just using grapeseed oil. And then we've got a tablespoon of vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste. Now this is vanilla bean paste that I make myself. I'll share a link to the recipe. I'll actually share one. There's one on Cookie Do, but there's also some on the Thermomix recipe community. So if you don't have Cookie Do, number one, I suggest you sign up, because it is an awesome recipe platform. Or you can go to the recipe community. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop nuts. So I've got raw almonds and I've got some pecans. So we need 3 cups of raw almonds. I haven't chopped that. We need a scissors to chop the top off. So I'm going to be really honest, I've probably got an open packet of raw almonds somewhere, but I'm too lazy to go and look for them. So with our Thermomix, if we swipe across to the mode screen, we've got our chop function. And then it'll give us all the different things I'll do that in a minute. First of all, what I want to do is make sure there's nothing in the bowl. So if we scroll down to nuts, peanuts, cashews, walnuts. Oh, here we go. Nuts, almonds, hazelnuts. So if we want them coarsely chopped, right here, I want them. So it says 4 to 6 seconds, speed 6. Right here. So we're going to go 3 cups. I'm going to do this so I'm not tipping it everywhere else but in the bowl. Drop that over there. And then that's all we have to do with the set, and then 4 seconds, speed 6. That's enough. So I don't want them. I want some big chunks in there. So, I mean, some of them are even whole, but that's how I want it. So I'm going to put that in there. And then we're going to do the same, but we're going to go to, now we're going to do the walnuts or pecans. Where did I put the boy? We want them coarsely chopped, and that's 100 grams, so we just want that. I don't know if you can see that, but with this chop function, it actually gives us how we want them chopped and what weight of nuts we've got in there. Because if we've got less nuts, it doesn't need to be chopped quite as much. So we want coarsely chopped, 100 grams, and then we're going to go set, and 2 seconds, speed 4. We've got to wait for the arms to release. We might give them another chop. I think I'll make them a bit more than that. I'll be honest, I haven't used this function for pecans before. Righto. See, that's still quite... What I actually want is like 2 seconds, speed 6. So we're going to go back to this one. Oops. 2. And we just do it manually. You can hear it. You can hear the difference, like when they're chopped and when they're not. So it's giving us. I'll just grab a few more of that texture now. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla bean paste. Very good idea, was it? Now I've got to, and I'm just going to whisk this up. Oh, we've got to need the oil. I just want to break those egg whites up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix that together, and I've got 2 baking sheets, and I'm going to put that out on a couple of baking sheets and bake it in the oven. I'll mix this up and then I'll come back and show you it on the baking sheets. So I've got it divided up into a couple of trays, and I'm just giving it a bit of a push down, and this is how you form your clusters. So I'm just going to, and then once I've done this, I'm going to put this into a 150-degree oven, and I'm going to cook it for, I think it's, hang on, I've got it written here. I'm going to bake it for 20 minutes. And then once we've baked it for 20 minutes, we get a spatula. I don't want to push it down too much. We get a spatula and we flick it over, trying to keep it, I mean, I usually end up with quite a few pieces, but trying to keep it in as big a chunks as possible. And then once you've finished baking it, you pull it out and it's sort of, you crumble it apart, but you're left with, you know, reasonable sized clusters. So anyway, right, I'll come back when I'm ready to flip this. So this is one of the trays, and all I'm going to do is probably break it up into 6. And then attempt to flip these over without breaking them up too much. Now, it doesn't matter if you do break them up. It just to try and maintain some of our chunks. Oops, I really wrecked that one. Doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to return this to the oven, and I think it's for another 20 minutes. Yeah, so we're going to put that back in the oven for another 20 minutes, and we're going to cook it until it's dried out. Now that's still quite damp, so we're going to cook it until it's dried out and is nice and golden. I'll do that with both trays. and then we take it out of the oven and we cool it completely, and then we crumble it up. So I'll come back when I'm ready to crumble it up. So we've got this out of the oven, and I've already crumbled up one tray of it. So it makes a couple of good sized containers of granola. I've made this as a half batch as well, but we go through quite a bit of it, so I've made a full batch today. You can cook this for as long as you like. You can brown it as much as you like. When it gets to the end of your second 20 minutes, just keep a bit of a, make sure you use your nose, because that edge is just a little bit brown, over brown, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we're just going to mix it in. So, if you don't want it in big chunks, you can crumble it up a bit. You can just flip it a bit more with the spatula while you're cooking it. Or you can stir it a bit more once it comes out of the oven, because it's still a little bit soft when it comes out of the oven, and it'll break up a bit more, but we like it in nice big crunchy chunks. So anyway, I'll keep breaking that up, and I will put this in another container. So I'll put a link, I'll actually write this recipe out. I'll share this recipe down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Pop over to my channel and subscribe. And I really hope I'll see you next time.